So, the greatest threat to modern marriage, the greatest threat, I believe, to that um, reason for the statistics of divorce is that marital drift or marital entropy come into a relationship. Now, if you remember your basic laws of physics, there's really only three energies, oversimplified. There's dynamic energy, that energy that grows. There's static energy that kind of remains the same. And then there's entropic energy. Relationships are a thermodynamic process as well. When you bring two people together, there's energy, and it needs to be growing. Marital drift or marital entropy is at the bottom of that page where it says once something is created, it begins immediately to move towards disorder or randomness. Once we are pronounced husband and wife, there are forces going on all around us that are trying to pull us apart. So I want you to get this image for marital drift of two lakes that are in a lake, let's say. And the waters are real calm. And in those waters, though, there are two boats in the middle of that lake, but they're not tied together. They're just adrift. Just the energy in the water, the energy of the boats in the water begins to have them bobble up and down. And they begin to separate. And unless there's something pulling them together, holding them together, these boats are going to start drifting farther and farther apart. Now, you take a gentle breeze that blows between them, or comes across the lake, and that breeze is going to separate those boats even farther apart, left to their own. You bring another boat zipping right on through in between those two boats, and the energy of the wake really separates those relationships. Marital entropy or marital drift is when two couples come together, but they don't keep working to stay together. They don't keep pushing the boats together. They don't tie down. They don't hold it together. They begin to drift. They get pulled together by work and by children and by chores around the house, about career growth and continued education, about family and friends. Things keep pulling them apart to the point that they get so far apart that one or the other spouse looks and says, "How did we get here? How did this happen?" And so we really want to avoid this threat of marital drift or marital entropy. And that's where these 5 essential elements are going to come in. But first, a wonderful quote that I really love. This was, I first heard this quote when my oldest daughter was and her husband were at the altar getting married. The priest celebrated the ceremony, and he used this quote from St. Alphonsus Liguori. It says, "The principal effect of love is to unite the lovers so that they may have but one heart and one will." You know, when two couples are standing at the altar, they are joined one heart. They know they love each other. They know they're in love with each other. They are confident this marriage is good and strong. But getting them to have one will, one way of thinking, one way of being in union with each other in decisions is going to take a lifetime. And this is where marital drift can pull us apart. So what's the solution? Well, think of the old three-legged race at the church picnic or the family reunion. You tie your inside legs together and you start running down the field. And the couple that can do it together is the couple that will succeed. Hello, this is Dan Jurek. If you would like to see the full webinar on this topic, please visit the link below. Thank you.